What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Unstoppable, the elite mind and body podcast for men. I'm your host, Taj Howell. Welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to just jump straight into it. This week's episode is Burn the Dead Weight. Okay. You can't step into the next version of yourself while still dragging around the dead weight of who you used to be. Okay. The first thing I want you guys to ask yourself is what's holding you back right now? Okay. What habits are silently sabotaging your growth? Is it late nights? Is it sleeping in? Is it playing too many video games or phone games? Right? Is it smoking weed, drinking alcohol? Is it doom scrolling mindlessly on social media when you're supposed to be working or you're supposed to be doing phone calls? Is it snacking on too much food late at night? Is it skipping your workouts? Is it missing the gym? Is it skipping your check-ins with your damn coach? Right? Maybe it's porn. Maybe you're watching porn middle of the day when you're supposed to be working instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing. Whatever the case may be, what habits are silently sabotaging you that you know you need to change if you want to hit the next level? Okay? And in order to find them, I want you to ask yourself a kind of a loop around question. And that loop around question is this: what have you convinced yourself is fine, but is actually keeping you fucking average? Okay. And when you find that thing, and we all have something, and if you don't have anything, that's fucking great. It means that you're a superior man for sure. But most of us have something that we're doing that we know is keeping us stuck, that we know that's keeping us average. And once you find that thing, you need to ask yourself if that thing is numbing you, or if it's helping you grow. Okay. Chances are it's numbing you. And if it's numbing you, it's not allowing you to be the highest, sharpest version of yourself in a way that you can't. It's holding you back from attacking your goals the way that you need to. Okay. Now, in this episode, I want to help you guys cut ties with the old version of yourself. Okay. Because the old you is the one that's familiar. It's the one that's easy. It's the way that you used to be. It's the things that people from 10 years ago know about you. Oh, he loves to drink. Oh, he loves to party. Oh, he's always been one to, say he's going to do something but not. Oh, he's always up and down with his fitness. Oh, he's a heavier dude. He's been heavy dude all his life. You guys know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? The old you is the one that's familiar. The person that you used to be. Whether that was 10 years ago or it was 10 fucking minutes ago. It doesn't matter. Okay. The version of you who does the things that I just said, who skips workouts, who snacks too much, who thinks small, who avoids confrontation, the guy who watches porn in the middle of the day, the guy who smokes too much weed, the guy who plays video games or phone games or doom scrolls mindlessly. I need you to understand that that guy is done. If you're in my program, if you're in my elite fitness brotherhood, that old version of you that no longer serves you is fucking done. Okay. And in order to find that out, in order to figure out exactly that version of you that's no longer serving you and to create a new one that helps serve your highest purpose on this planet, we've got to burn the script of who you used to be. Okay. And what that entails is this. First thing that you're going to do is you're going to write out the identity of who you're leaving behind. Write out the identity of the guy that you were 10 years ago, or the guy that you were this morning that you know you shouldn't be, or the guy that you were last night that you know you shouldn't be. Write out the identity traits, the characteristics of the version of you that you can no longer be if you truly want to step into your power and live your full purpose on this planet. Okay? Write out his habits. Write out his disciplines. Write out the things that he tolerates from his partner that he shouldn't tolerate. Write out the things that he tolerates from himself that he shouldn't tolerate. Write out the things that he's not doing that he knows he should be doing. Write out the things that he's doing that he knows he should not be fucking doing. Write out those things and save that. Write it on a little piece of legal parchment or little piece of paper and hold that to the side. That's your step one. Okay. I want you guys to understand something else. People can also be dead weight, right? It's not just the the old version of you that needs to be shed to step into the next level. It's also certain people in your life that drain your fucking energy, certain people in your life that belittle your goals or keep you comfortable. These people also need to be purged, right? I want you to think of these people, right? And if it's hard to figure out who they are, think about how you feel after seeing each person in your life. Do you feel energized, uplifted, motivated, inspired to be better? Or do you feel drained? Do you feel lifeless? Do you feel stressed out? Do you feel like you're not enough? How do you feel after you see someone? That is the key to figuring out who these people are. Okay. And for some of you, it might be someone who's very close to you, like a spouse or partner. It might be someone who's close to you in your family, like a parent or a cousin or brother or sister, or, you know, it could even be a coworker, colleague, boss, friend. It could be fucking anybody. Okay. But we have to find who these people are. So that's the second step in this process, is to figure out the people who are quote unquote dead weight, that are holding you back from reaching your purpose and your potential. Okay. Next thing to understand is that brotherhood is super important, right? If you're a part of my men's brotherhood, the guys that are killing it with me day in and day out, taking our fitness mindsets, businesses, lifestyles, and everything that we're doing to the next level. If you're already part of the brotherhood, what's up? You know I fucking love you. You know I see you working. If you're not, and you're just a member of the podcast, or you're listening to the replay at whatever area that you're watching this or listening to it, this is for you too. Brotherhood is all about building. Okay. When you have a group of friends that aren't brothers, when you get a lot of guys together that aren't brothers, they just typically tear shit down, right? Like, we all know what it's like to go out with the friends, go on a boys trip and do dumb shit. Like that's what male friends do. Men don't need more fucking friends. Men need more brothers, because when men have brothers, those men build with you. They challenge you to be better. They don't just pacify your issues with drugs, alcohol, weed, vices, strip clubs, casinos, etc. Right? We need brothers. That's why I've created my brotherhood community the way that it is, because when you're part of the brotherhood community, not only are you accountable to yourself and to your coach, me, you're also accountable to hundreds of other men that are doing this shit with you. And you know the power of that if you're inside of my community. You guys know it. Now, the primary idea that I want to truly help sink in inside this podcast is for you to understand that you cannot be happy as a man if your actions don't match your identity. Okay? What does this mean? It means that your identity, which is your perception of self, the way that you see yourself, the way that you identify as a human male on this planet, right? If the way you see yourself and the way that you believe your life should be, and your own internal mantras and your own internal standards and the things that you tolerate and the things that you do not tolerate and all of the things, and your actual own personal life mission, if all of those things that you believe about yourself, and remember, we all have that. The biggest problem for most men is that they haven't sat down to fucking piece by piece choose what each one of those things are, right? If you're inside my program, you've done that work. And if you're listening to the podcast and you're not inside my program, go to my Instagram at Coach Taj and send me a message just with the word transform, and I'll help you understand what you need to do to become part of the program. But we all have an identity. We all have a scope at which we look at ourselves with. That's what the fucking identity is. When our actions, the things that we're doing on a daily, the things that we're doing on a daily basis do not align with our identity, our perception of self, we're unhappy. Why? The reason why is because our life should be like this, and we should look like this, and we should have this much money, and we should be driving this type of car. And even if you're not materialistic, we should have these type of people in our lives. We should be creating this type of impact. We should be living up to the highest level of self, so we can create a certain amount of income so that we can focus on philanthropic endeavors or go on more adventures or travel. If this is your identity and your actions represent hitting snooze, snacking late at night, jerking off to fucking Pornhub, not taking action the way that you're supposed to be to create that life, you're going to be fucking miserable until the day you die. I'll make that very clear. You're going to be miserable because you have an idea for your life, but your actions do not match. That's why most men are depressed. That's why most men have anxiety. That's why I genuinely believe most men are unhappy and unsatisfied with the way that they're fucking living, because they know what they should be doing and they know what it fucking takes, but their actions don't match. This episode right here is how you start that process of getting those actions to match. And the way that you're going to do that is right now, step 3 is to review your current weekly habits and actions, right? The things that you do on a daily basis. Do these things reflect the man that you're becoming, or do they reflect the man that you were? Identify them, okay? Review those habits, review those actions, and write that down in another piece of paper, okay? Now, once you have these 3 pieces of paper, right? And let me just scroll up to my notes so I can see what they are, right? Number 1 is the old you. Number 2 are the people that you know you need to mitigate in your life. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. And then number 3 is the actions the actions that you're currently taking. Write down the ones that do not match the identity that you're looking to create in your life. Now what you're going to do is once you find all 3 of these things, we're going to look at creating what's called a burn list. Okay. Now that you have these 3 things identified, we're going to create a burn list. Okay. You're going to create, because right, so far we've mapped out multiple different things: the good, the bad, the ugly, the identity that we need, that we're looking to create, as well as the actions that need to be dissolved and the ones that are good. Now it's time to create the burn list. The burn list is going to include 3 habits that you must destroy. Okay, 3 actions you must destroy, 3 habits you must destroy. Maybe it's smoking weed, smoking vape, drinking liquor, fucking porn, video games, phone games, too much social media, all the shit that I was talking about, right? 3 habits you must destroy, 3 actions you must destroy. Second thing on the burn list: 2 relationships or social environments that no longer align with you. All right. Relationships, obviously I went over that, but social environment could include going to the bar. You know what I mean? Going to the strip club. That's a lot of guys' problem, man. Guys don't like to talk about this kind of stuff, but I'm gonna fucking talk about it because we're men here, right? Or as an example, another social environment that would be potentially bad for you is spending time with fucking losers. Like, I'm gonna say it. There's people out there that are literally just fucking losers that have zero ambition. And those people will drag you down with them. Period. That's why you see all the most successful people in the world talk about how important your circle is, right? We can't be chilling with fucking losers. Okay. So 2 relationships or social environments that no longer align with you, and 1 version of yourself that you're done being. So you can write this down. I am done being the version of myself who sleeps in, smokes weed, plays video games, or skips his workouts, or doesn't track his macros, or doesn't finish his follow-ups, or blah 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 blah, whatever it is. You're going to write down those 3 things, right? 3 habits you must destroy, 2 relationships or social environments that no longer align, and 1 version of yourself that you're done being. You're going to post that. You're going to type it out, post it in the Brotherhood group chat if you're in my program. If you're not, what the fuck are you doing? You should be in my program. But write that down, send it to us. And then what you're going to do is you're going to also write it out, and you're going to burn it. Okay. And actually, I'm going to modify this shit right now. If you have time, I highly recommend, if you're my client, make the time to do this. Type it out. Okay. Send it to us and then send us a picture of you burning your note. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to burn my fucking note and I'm going to send it to you guys in the Brotherhood group chat. We're going to do this all together. I want every single client to do this today because it's extremely important. Not today, this week, because it's extremely important. Okay. Now, last thing, final thing for you guys is just to truly rise up and become the best version of yourself. And the only way that we can do that is by understanding where we're falling short. Okay. So it's game time. Let's lock in. Let's get this done. Have an amazing week. Finish strong. And if you're not in my program, come on. What are you doing? Hit me up at Coach Taj. Send me a message of Word Transform.